So you've seen the basic sketching going on, and I want to have a little talk through the basics of what I've done here. I'm not going to go through every single part of the design that's led to the final solution, but I'm going to show you what I've done so far, and I'll give you an idea about the way which I work when I'm creating. So firstly, this is blank paper I've scribbled over, done lots of sketches, and the reason I've done it on this, rather than using lovely wireframe paper, which has been printed out, is partly because that's got ink, I don't want to waste it, but more or less it's because I can have ideas on this and it's completely free. There's nothing constraining you. So this is the loading screen, and you can see that it's got similarities for my inspiration. So you've got the anchor here, which I've drawn here. I thought, could we use that as part of the loading screen? Maybe we could use the fox, he's there. So all throughout my designs, I kept referring back to this. I'll try and pick out a few examples where I need it, but right now it's just there. So it's been playing with here. So these ideas, some of them work very well, which I think that the fox does quite work nicely. I like the wooden background part, but you know, this doesn't really work, but maybe this one does. So it's really playing with it. So what I'm doing is, by experimenting, seeing what works, I'm increasing the chance of getting a creative leap. And a creative leap is when the ideas all come together at the same time. So you go from not really knowing what you're doing to go, oh, that's the best idea, and coming up with some really good ones. Sometimes it's drawing them together. So we're seeing that there's a geometric one here, and I combined that and the anchor to form this new one here. It's completely free, it's really good, I can annotate it, so that's good. So right now I'm favouring the fox, but I think there's more work to be done here, but this is where we are for now. Then we're thinking about the menu, so we've actually got to go and get from places to places. So when we look at this one, that's our sitemap we made in part 1. We have lots and lots of different pieces we need to go in there. Some of them are missing, but we need to think about getting to all of these. So I started out playing around ideas like, right, what do we need to put in? What's a priority? Because you want to put the most important things at the top and the least important things at the bottom. So going around, do we just write things? Do we have little chevrons? Do we have logos here? I actually realised after I've done this that the My Account part is really important for online shopping. That had been missed out, so that needs to go back in there. So let's try and get this organised. And it was really just going around a bit more. So think about, we've got clothes, that's going to go to the clothing submenu. You've got jewelry, it's the jewelry submenu. Are we going to have menus opening and closing? Maybe we've got to have these kind of like, coloured sections. So it looks something like that, but then when they open up, it looks different. So we'd see something like that. Now what you'll notice is that the amount of detail at this stage is quite low. So if we want to bring in some more things like the textures and the colours and logos, we can actually leave that for now. We can make notes, but you don't have to get it all done at once. It's an evolving process. So here we are there. And just playing around with like different levels of different indicators, different chevrons. With that note, that led me to think, like, what kind of images should we be using to open and close? So over here, I was just playing around, so I was looking at lots of the geometric tattoos, which I would look at as part of my influences, and you can see that this one in particular here, I quite liked. Actually, it should be that way up, right? It's down, isn't it? But I think we cut things off. We have two tones, we have simple lines, solid blocks, which is going to be the best and most easy to use one. So just playing around and making bad ideas is completely fine. You can make mistakes because you don't go from A to B without making mistakes. There's a few more on the back there. Kind of like these ones, but I don't think the symbology is particularly useful. That's kind of good though, I like that. Anyhow, let's go on. So you've got the main landing page of the website. So this drawing here, I made this for my own purposes because you can think about this zone here as being what's easily accessible by your thumb when you're on the screen. So anything you want to tap at, you really want to be in there. If you're tapping at things up there, that's not the most useful. So shopping baskets, that's okay there because you actually want to go there. You never want to go there by mistake. So you got that. Then you got the second part, which is where your eye falls, which is this triangle here. So my eyes like to fall into this triangle. So if you want to display something, then in the top section there, that's going to be very, very eye-catching. And this little triangle here, that's a perfect place to put your prime buttons. So your add to basket buttons should really be, in there because we want people clicking like crazy. Bit of ergonomics for that. And then, of course, you've got bits here. Expanding down here, this is to remind me that we can have content all the way down here. We can have additional items, we can have lookbooks, we can have videos, we can have all these kind of things. But the ones that are really important are the bits that goes above here. So we want all the crucial area right above the fold of the page. So that's more of a personal guideline. And with that in mind, thinking about here, so we have the images of a woman in a dress, which you've seen from, again, took her from there because I thought she was quite striking. She could be there, and you have the blog, the gallery, there are more things down there. So that's one thing you do for a gallery. And this, because it's much like dropping ideas onto the page, let's kind of think about what kind of shopping basket could we be using. So there's one that actually looks like a shopping basket, then more stylized, then finally just sort of circles with chevrons, just arrows. We can fill those in maybe in nice eye-catching color. It's a combination between what looks good, what's different, and what suggests shopping bag, because that, shopping bag, that one you might not guess, but you might do. So things to consider. And again, thinking about the landing page, just really playing with it. So if we have a landing page very much like we saw there with the main icons and breadcrumbs, then the sections, we're going to have sections at the bottom here. Now, if I click on clothes, now we'll do both men and women's clothes here. So firstly, we've got to go for a gender difference because frankly, not many clothes are unisex, which brings us to the idea that this needs to be either unisex, like t-shirt, or we say we don't really care because our customers are all women, so the dress really is the important one for this. But that's an area to be designed. Same thing for jewelry. Is a ring the right idea? Is handbag the right idea? Would that be confused with shopping basket? Who knows? But anyway, so here we use the sort of swirl spiral, which I identified before as being quite feminine, and we've got the square, which is quite masculine. Just a bit of symbology. That could be required some use testing to see if that works. But anyhow, where you go from here, so the women's page, you have all the product galleries, so you put them all together. We could have individual tiles, we could have portrait, we can have landscape tiles going all the width. We could take these areas and really fill the entire width without using tiles, and similarly we can really bring it out there. So you've got to think about which one of these is right. Now part of it could be going from here, looking at our research and saying what's most popular at the moment, what are the coming trends. I've got a feeling that this style is more in trend at the moment, and this is a bit more old style. But having said that, the old style might be quite good because it gives us this lovely space at the back, so we could actually use this as a canvas. So, for example, we can take this lovely pink and we can border our images with that lovely bright colour, and then this background colour there, and I've shaded it in red, but we could have a wood texture, wood background, and we could take that and we could colour it in slightly grey, which will really make that very bright pink really pop out nicely. So that gives us another dimension to play with our influences, because when we came back to here about what really works, tradition, wood, artisanal craft really showed themselves as being an important factor, and we can really show it on this canvas there. But that's something to be considered. Lots of choices there. So again, playing around, not looking to choose the right idea, more looking to explore the variety of ideas, and later we can choose them. And here we have more ideas about the product page. So do we have a main image here with various sections to choose the size or shape or colour, and then add to basket and other images? Do we have one large image there? Do we have chevrons? Do we have breadcrumbs? Do we have very simple, where we just have images and price, very much like the Zara app? Do we have, which is just parroting the Zara app, breadcrumbs there, you swipe upwards, so add a few bits there. It's always worth exploring everything. And then I was thinking, hey, we've got more areas to this, which is more the gallery. Now you can see these sketches of the gallery are really parroting what was done on the product gallery, so all the kinds of pages, but these are photo shoots leading you into images. And I think identified here that whatever we need to use on our main product gallery, our product ranges, we should really use the same kind of symbology. We don't want to be putting our photo galleries here, that's one thing, and some different things here. So you're going to keep them together. And talking about this now actually makes me to think something. That these things here remind me of Polaroids. Now, if we styled these as Polaroids, and same for the other, then we are really tapping into that kind of heritage idea. So that could be really cool. Actually, maybe we could even make it like, that old vinyl film or celluloid film. So we could actually do that as part of our product page, or part of our galleries, or anything. But that really is communicating lots of things, just like we had here. We've got taking the old and the new mixed together. So that's kind of good. So those are all the sketches done at the moment. I'm going to go off and do a whole load more sketches, but this really demonstrates the kind of thinking process, that it's not a case of doing a few sketches and hey, we're done. You're doing lots and lots and lots. I'll probably do about twice as many, 3 times as many as this before I'm even ready to start going to this stage, because this stage is where you start picking the pieces together and distilling them into versions. We'll get a bit more advanced and a bit more time consuming. But the first time it's a massive visual brain dump, having as much fun and really enjoying discovering what the answers are.